Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore and our Human Paladin. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we are back in Kalimdor, and we are starting off with some general questing in Ashenvale. We're going to get into that in just a moment, but I think we're going to start by exploring Astronar in a little bit more detail. We've obviously been here before. We've gotten the flight path, at least.
What brings you
We
here?
never spent the time to actually take a look at the vendors and obviously pick up all of the quests. At least from what I can remember. I don't remember going through the NPCs.
How may I help?
On guard in Stone Talon. Hello, Zedelian. You seem to be full of wanderlust by the looks of you. Have you been to the Stone Talon Mountains? It is a land plagued by the Venture Company and other enemies of the Night Elves. Recently, Sentinel Wolfrunner sent my friend Kayla Shadowspear there to investigate what's happening to the land. But I have yet to hear word back from her. I'm even more concerned because the Alliance sent a gnome mage along with her. A sign of trouble, for sure. Would you find her and report back to me?
Farewell.
Yep, so we do have the Stone Talon Mountains as well coming up. Should be right around our level range, I believe. It is a green quest to us, so we're going to have to go into Stone Talon soon as well.
Listening.
So we've got a cloth vendor here. I don't think we're going to find anything in particular. No cloaks or anything like that.
Vishnu Del Diab.
Got a leather armor merchant as well. And some leatherworking supplies along with a book. The Scourge of Lordaeron, and we've got Charge of the Dragonflights as well. Let's see if there's anything in this little corner here. Doesn't look like it. Interesting to see this here. I'm not sure if we've read that book or not yet. Let's read through the Charge of the Dragonflights, because I'm pretty sure we haven't read through this one. Satisfied that the small world had been ordered and that their work was done, the Titans prepared to leave Azeroth. However, before they departed, they charged the greatest species of the world with the task of watching over Kalimdor, lest any force should threaten its perfect tranquility. In that age, there were many dragonflights. Yet, there were 5 flights that held dominion over their brethren. It was these 5 flights that the Titans chose to shepherd the budding world. The greatest members of the Pantheon imbued a portion of their power upon each of the flight's leaders. These majestic dragons, as listed below, became known as the Great Aspects, or the Dragon Aspects. Aman'Thul, the High Father of the Pantheon, bestowed a portion of his cosmic power upon the massive bronze dragon Nosdormu. The High Father empowered Nosdormu to guard time itself and police the ever-spinning pathways of fate and destiny. The stoic, honorable Nosdormu became known as the Timeless One. Eonar, the Titan patron of all life, gave a portion of her power to the red Leviathan Alistraza. Ever after, Alistraza would be known as the Lifebinder, and she would work to safeguard all living creatures within the world. Due to her supreme wisdom and limitless compassion for all living things, Alistraza was crowned the Dragon Queen and given dominion over her kind. Eonar also blessed Alistraza's younger sister, the lithe green dragon Ysera, with a portion of nature's influence. Ysera fell into an eternal trance, bound to the waking dream of creation. Known as the Dreamer, she would watch over the growing wilds of the world from her verdant realm, the Emerald Dream. Norgannon, the Titan Lorekeeper and Master Magician, granted the blue dragon Malagos a portion of his vast power. From then on, Malagos would be known as the Spellweaver, the Guardian of Magic, and Hidden Arcanum. Khazgoroth, the Titan Keeper, or Titan Shaper, and Forger of the World, bestowed some of his vast power upon the mighty black worm Neltharion. The great-hearted Neltharion, known afterwards as the Earth Warder, was given dominion over the earth and the deep places of the world. He embodied the strength of the world and served as Alexstrasza's greatest supporter. Thus empowered, the five aspects were charged with the world's defense in the Titans' absence. With the dragons prepared to safeguard their creation, the Titans left Azeroth behind forever. Unfortunately, it was only a matter of time before Sargeras learned of the newborn world's existence. So this is pretty cool. As with most of the things we've read so far, there's stuff in here that there's like tiny little details that I didn't know about, like specifically which Titans gave their power to which aspects. In particular, Norganon? Is it Norganon or Norganon? The Titan Keeper of Lore giving his power to Malagos. That one I did not realize. Everything else seemed to be something that I already knew about, though. It's just cool to find these books specifically in vanilla. Like before expansions like Dragonflight were even remotely a thought. Alright, so we do have a quest to turn in. This was a breadcrumb that I think we found somewhere. I can't remember where it came from, but it's with Rain Wolfrunner.
I am honored. Good luck, friend.
Ah, a paladin from Darkshore. Solaren has done well to send you here so quickly. Sedelian, I wish your trip here wasn't under such dire stress. Perhaps with your help, we can improve matters. I would start my visit by speaking to the other citizens of Astranar. Some could surely use your aid.
Del Nadrus,
Quite a simple introduction.
be careful.
Rain's Cleansing. Sedelian, a longtime friend of mine, is also aiding the Sentinels here in Ashenvale, but he has yet to return. He had leads on finding an item that he thought could slow the Furlbog attacks on our people, a rod created by a now-dead evil wizard. Before he left, he mentioned seeking out a gem for the rod. He mentioned the gem possibly being hidden at the shrine in Lake Falathim, at the base of the mountain to the west. The gem was being held there before it was overrun. Find my friend, Sedelian. Please.
Farewell.
And Calling the Threat. I think we're going to have a decent amount of quests to pick up today. Directly to the north of Astranar are the Thistleberg Furlbog. My scouts report that their numbers have grown greatly over the past few months. If they grow too great, they may find the courage to attack Astranar directly. Kill as many of their kind as you can, but bring me their chieftain's skull as proof of that their efforts have been stifled. For now, I shall remain here in Astranar and await word from you. Elune be with you.
Goddess, watch over you.
Yeah, that one will probably wait on a little bit. Might take us a little bit of time. Nothing that we need from the food and drink vendor or the innkeeper for that matter. Standard Night Elven architecture and open spaces for sure. Don't find too much clutter in these types of places. Let's make sure we check around the area. We've got a boat here. I don't think I've ever actually checked outside closer to the water. I feel like sooner or later we're going to stumble upon someone just kind of located in the middle of nowhere. Alright, we do have a quest to pick up closer to the entrance. we'll pick that up in a little bit. Let's we've got 2 more buildings to take a look at. We've got this smaller one here and the bigger one behind us. I know we've got a quest to do here at some point, but it's probably related to a chain that we have to complete first. Got a little fire here. And a book that we can't interact with. Oh, we've got a weaponsmith in town. That is very good to know.
Free to browse.
Okay, interesting. So we do want to pick up a sword and a shield at some point. We are fully equipped with our latest armor set. This armor set's going to last us until 32, I think. But it looks like this guy sells this longsword at a much more expensive rate, it looks like. We can get this for 80 silver instead of 87, I think, in Stormwind.
Ishnu Allah.
Let's see, this is a leather worker, so we don't care about that. Okay, we have a general goods vendor over here. Nothing interesting of note. Also got some trade goods.
Elun Adore.
And again, I don't think we're going to need any of this.
Be careful.
Some enchanting recipes, though. Alright, I think we're all set. I think we're going to start heading back over to the western side of the zone now and start getting into it. But yeah, we're looking to make about 1 more gold. Yeah, it's like maybe slightly more than 1 gold to pick up that sword and shield. So let's see if we can do it.
What brings you
Jindral,
here?
Swiftfire, hello. Ah, the Zoram Strand, okay.
Be careful.
There is evil lurking on our northwestern coast, known as the Zoram Strand. It is the resting place of the doomed city of Zoram, destroyed during the Sundering and submerged beneath the seas. It has been lost to the Night Elves for ages, lost and nearly forgotten. Now the Naga have returned, and for whatever reason, we do not know. But reason matters little. We must slay these fiends and throw them back to the depths. Return to me when your mission is complete.
Del Nadris.
So that's something I didn't know either. There was an entire city there called Zoram. And I wonder if you, because there's no reason to, go into the water off the coast, I wonder if you can find the city off the coast that way.
Be careful.
The druid Caneth Stillwind sent word to me. He would like a report of happenings along our coast and in the forests surrounding Astronar. He fears there is a corruption moving through Ashenvale, and he may be right. Here, take my report to him. You will find him in the Shrine of Forest Song in the Night Song Woods to the east.
Good luck, friend.
So I'm not super familiar with that area, actually, so we're going to have to... Yeah, I mean, Ashenvale in general, we're finally at the point in the playthrough where I am not 100% positive where some of these quests are take place. Or I've just simply relied on checking my map for where the objective is in the past. Let's take a look at that note real quick. It doesn't look like we can read it, so we'll just have to leave it alone. And there's a lot more to Ashenvale on the western side than I remember. So I don't think we're going to get to Darkshore today. Okay, this note to Caneth Stillwind is actually read to us. So why don't we go ahead and just get rid of it for now so it doesn't occupy an inventory slot. Alright. So we're going to look for Taranis. And I think we'll look for him on the way to the Zoram Strand. We'll try to complete whatever we can on the Strand, at least for now. gonna have to pick up the hare up north. Let's stop by Maestra's post first, just to make sure there's nothing else to pick up while we're over there. It looks like we've got all the quests that we can pick up. I don't think there was anything in there that we cared about, so let's try to find Taranis. Now he's gonna be, I think he might be over here. It's pretty close to the Zoram Strand. Let's just head off the beaten path now. Might run into some wildlife along the way. Let's see if we can locate him, because I do not remember his exact location. Alright, so we've found Lake Falathin, and I believe this is where the related quest is located. We need to find Taranis now. I know that there's a night elf on the Zoram Strand itself that has a quest or two for us. I don't know if that's Taranis necessarily, though. But I'm thinking we might have to go that route and find out if that's the case. So at the moment, I don't see any signs of him. Find Taranis in Ashenvale. Yeah, I don't see him at the moment, so I think we're going to have to just come back to this. We'll see what we can find at the Zoram Strand. And we'll just, we'll work on the Naga today. Yeah, I think all this other stuff is actually going to take us quite a bit of time. Still, it feels good that we, I think, are finally in a position now at level 24 where we've got green quests everywhere. Got Darkshore, Ashenvale, Stone Talon. There's going to be some green quests now in the wetlands and in Duskwood as well. Okay, this guy's name is Talon, so not Taranis. We're going to have to find Taranis somewhere else. The ancient statuette. I would charge you with a task, Sedelian. I was on my small vessel, skimming over the submerged ruins of Zoram, when Naga attacked me, surging from the water and tearing me with their claws. I fled, carrying what supplies I could make this meager camp. But when I reached the shore and ran, my prized possession was lost. Please, Sedelian, Find the site of my ambush along the coast to the north, and search for an ancient statuette. It is the reason I have braved the dangers of the Zoram Strand.
Be careful.
That should be simple enough while we collect our Wrathtail heads. Let's see how we fare against the Naga. Looking at level 18s and 19s, so this is perfect. This should work out really well for us. Looks like they run away as well, which, because they're so widely spread out, that should work to our advantage. And I think while we're over here, I'm going to see if I can explore this sunken city of Zoram. It's definitely got my curiosity going. I can see the boats in the distance to our right, at least. We know where to go look for the statuette. Let's head beneath the waves for a little bit and see what we can find. So I can't see too much as far as a city is concerned, and this is about as far as I would like to comfortably explore. There's some ruins above the water, of course, but it would have been interesting to see a little bit more. I mean, maybe if we go further out, we can see something else. We're going to have to go to that island over there in the distance at some point at a later date, and maybe when we do, we can head back underwater over on that side. And we can see if we can find anything then. A Mistlash Hydra here. For now, we'll head back to the shore and we'll just take on the Naga like normal. The sorceresses have been pretty brutal, honestly, despite being 4 to 6 levels lower than us. Their magic hurts quite a lot. I believe that's the statuette over there as well. So we can grab that right now, which is great. And luckily, I think the Wrath Tailheads are a 100% chance to drop too, or at least pretty close to it. So we should have no problem picking those up quickly. Feels like whenever a gray or a white item drops for us in the open world, it seems like it's like 5 to 10 levels lower than the actual zone of the enemy that we killed. Like in this case, we just picked up a blunt claymore, which is a level 12 sword, from like a level 20 enemy. Hopefully that changes a little bit as we go up in level. I mean, I'm not sure how much it's going to be necessary anyway to pick up a gray or a white item in between levels. Might not be. We might be able to get everything that we need from our vendors in cities. collection of Wrath-Tail heads is complete. Let's get back to Talon at his little camp. We'll give him his statuette back.
Greetings. Goddess, watch over you.
You found it. Thank you, Sedelian. The old city of Zoram holds many secrets, and this statuette may be the key to many of them.
Till next we meet.
The statuette must hold a hidden compartment. It's locked. No. Sedelian, I am in need of your help once again.
Can I assist you?
Ruzel, I fear the ancient statuette's secrets will remain forever hidden unless you find the key to its ancient lock. That key is a ring, the Ring of Zoram. It belonged to the rulers of this city before the waves of the Sundering drowned it. For years the ring was lost, but the Naga have recently found it. Their leader, Ruzel, dwells on an isle on the northern edge of Zoram. Please, Sedelian, retrieve the ring for me.
Good luck, friend.
We'll pick up the quest for now. But it is yellow to us, but I believe that named NPC is going to have guards around him of some kind. So I'm gonna wait until the quest becomes green before we complete it. In the meantime, let's see if we can locate where Rain's cleansing is going to be taken care of. So we're going to have to search the area for Taranis. And once we're done with that, we'll head north to take on Bathrin's hair. And then whatever we got going on in Darkshore. I think I'm going to keep the UI up for now. Just because I want to take a look at the mini-map. The mini-map could be our key to finding Taranis. Definitely feels like one of those quests that is pretty difficult to locate even if you read the quest text itself. Because I do not remember where Taranis is. Could end up walking around in circles for a little bit. Suppose we can get closer to the lake. That is the only hint that we have of his location. There is a dot. Looks like he's in the middle. Okay. Oh, he looks like he's dead. All right. Taranis' corpse. Taranis' body lies broken atop the island. For some unknown reason, the Murlocs have left it alone. The deep slashes across its corpse obviously came from the weapons and claws of the Murlocs. As you rummage through Taranis's belongings, you find a journal that is still in good condition. You take the journal and leave Taranis's corpse as is. The only thing left to do is to find the gem Taranis was seeking. Rain mentioned it being in the area. Perhaps the Murlocs have it. That makes sense. And we've got a journal to read. Let's get through these clans first. Get these out of the way. Taranis's journal. Oh my goodness. This dude wrote a lot. This journal is bigger than the book on the dragonflights. Alright, what was Taranis doing here? I started this journal so I could keep notes on my quest to help Ashenvale. There is a mystery to some of the events that occurred not too long ago, and hopefully I will be able to unravel some of it in order to help my people. Let me start by putting down facts so they don't slip my mind at a later date. I've recently found truth to the rumors of the wizard Dartol's efforts. Dartol. That is a name I've never heard of before. So already we've got something that I haven't seen. How many players do you think have skipped reading this journal? Probably a very high number. Where once I thought it was preposterous that a human would come to our lands and learn our ways, this wizard, this evil man, came here and not only survived, but also gained some of our knowledge. I'm still uncertain how. I never discovered his goals during my investigation, but his plan seemed simple. Using druidic magic, he wanted to befriend and then control the Furlbog. If it wasn't in an attempt to harm my kin or for some other malicious purpose, I hope to find out before my path ends. Regardless, he was apparently more successful than not in actualizing his plans. Did he want to attempt his machinations on the Furlbog before trying on my people? Did the Furlbog have something he coveted? Who knows? Using an item he created, a rod or a staff of some kind, he attempted to infiltrate the Furlbog tribes of Ashenvale. At some point, and this is where many of the details are still unclear, he was discovered by the Furlbog while trying to manipulate them into acting against one another. As I'm sure the elves would be, the Furlbog were angered, but they reacted much more strongly and killed Dartol. The Furlbog, at least at this time, weren't the same corrupted creatures they've become. They were still rational and intelligent, their relationship with our people amicable. I'm hoping that if I can recreate the rod with the help of a dryad named Sheldrin, I can use its power to help our people and the Furlbog. Not all Furlbog have been corrupted. Some still live and try to protect the forest. During their corruption, some of the Furlbog fled. Many were killed, and others were forced out of their tribes. I found a venerable Furlbog of the Foulwield tribe living above Lake Mistral. His name is Krolg. I've watched him for days, and I think if I were to approach him in the guise of a Furlbog, I could help him and discover a way of re-establishing a bond between our people. Along with killing Dartol, the Furlbog split up the rod into 3 parts, so it couldn't be used against them again. It has been difficult, but I have a good idea where all 3 parts were placed. The gem, the first part of the rod, a glowing gem, was hidden in a shrine in northwestern Ashenvale. I believe now that this shrine is the ruins at the center of Lake Valathim. The sentinels tell me that it's been inhabited by Murlocs now. If I can't find the gem hidden inside the shrine, it might be in the possession of one of the Murlocs. The shaft portion. This part of the rod was given to the treants near what is now called Fellwood. Neither the Furlbog nor my kind could have suspected that such magnificent creatures could ever fall to the corruption that's overtaken the land. My research tells me that the Guardians kept the piece in a small glade locked within a chest. To find out any more, I'll have to speak to Sheldrin. Sheldrin is a dryad who protects the Moonwell northeast of Lake Iris. She refuses to leave the forest or forsake it to the corruption. I know she has the power and the knowledge to repair the rod, or to at least tell me how I can do it on my own. And finally, the pommel. The pommel of the rod was given to the druids of Dornadil. Dordanil. Okay. There's one major problem with this, though. The druids are dead. Their spirits now inhabit the area and are no longer hospitable. This may require more investigation. I'm not sure I'm powerful enough to fight the spirits of my dead kin, let alone delve into the depths of Dordanil and find the pommel. Note, during my preparations in Astronar, I've recently met a dwarf hunter who has spent a good portion of his time in Ashenvale, trying to help my people. He came from a place called Stormwind. We spoke over a few ales one night, and his tales have given me hope of finding the pommel. He tells me that he's been throughout all of Dordanil, and he's never seen a chest or any container that may hold the pommel. He also tells me that rotting slimes have inhabited the area, and they devour almost anything smaller than them. He's seen them eat tables, sculptures, bears, and even gnomes. The slimes seem to gain a great deal of sustenance from the things magical. If the chest holding the pommel was enchanted at all, the slimes might have eaten it. It's a gamble, but I have no other clues at this time. As I find out more, I'll put the details here, but until then, I shall work on finding the parts of the rod and helping Ashenvale. Oh boy, that was a mouthful. I'm going to go ahead and try to dissect that while I work on clearing out some of these murlocs so we can locate the gem. That was awesome, and honestly it perfectly outlines what we're going to be looking forward to as we progress through Ashenvale. In fact, that might be one of the bigger storylines, honestly, that I've seen. And I've definitely put the rod together at least once before. I do remember obtaining the shaft of of what he's looking for up north. That part I do remember quite vividly, killing the trance and looking for the chest. I didn't realize how much damage this oracle was hitting us for. Let's try to be a little bit more careful. Let's try to get out of the water. That was so much information, though. But it gives us a ton of information on the quests that we haven't even picked up yet, especially on the locations that we're going to be visiting. So that kind of stuff is super helpful for understanding where the player needs to go next. So I am really glad that we got to read that. I feel a lot closer to Taranis now, and Astronar as a whole. And just the overall mission that we're all trying to accomplish here. Alright, let's try to stay away from these oracles for now. They are absolutely trucking us right now. Honestly, the warriors are putting in some serious damage as well. These murlocs are rough. Alright, we'll see. This is one of those quests that could take a while, or it could take a couple seconds, depending on how lucky we get with acquiring this gem. Yeah, looking at our quest log, once we obtain the gem, we really don't have anything else other than Bathrin's hair, so hopefully we'll wrap up with this gem. And then we can, in the next episode, we can take on Bathrin's hair and Southern Darkshore as well. And whenever we do have the funds to pick up that one-handed sword and shield, we're definitely going to go out of our way to do so. we'll take a break from our questing to pick that up, and then we'll make sure we get the weapon skill up a little bit before we proceed with the higher level quests. Let's watch out for all the patrols going around the lake, especially the one with the pair of enemies there. These guys are already hitting us hard enough one at a time. I don't need a second one. Patrol's on the other side of the lake now, so we've got a little bit of time before they start heading back. Is the glowing gem. Perfect. Let's try to run out. We got to be careful of that patrol. They should be coming around this side shortly. Alright, looks like we are clear. Let's get back to Astronar and we'll turn in our quests. check Maestra's post real quick. It doesn't look like we completed anything from there. We're back on the main road now, heading back into Astronar. Astronar once again. Let's speak with Shinjil Swiftfire first.
How may I help?
We cannot allow the Naga to invade our coasts, Sedelian. It is vital that you go to the Zoram Strand and complete your mission.
Farewell.
Very well done, Sedelian. Your actions in the Zoram Strand against the Naga are commendable. I know your feat was not easily accomplished, for the strength and guile of the Naga is well known to the Night Elves. We know this, for we share a history with them. It is a history I care not to repeat.
Goddess watch over you. Good luck.
Pridewings of Stone Talon, we are not in open war with the Horde, but our peace is fragile. We often find their agents moving against us, but they do so covertly. One such advance was revealed to us from the hidden source in Theramore, claiming that the orcs collect venom from the Pridewings near Murkfallen Lake in the Stone Talon Mountains to the south. Orc assassins then use the venom on their secret death raids against the Alliance. If this is true, then we must stop them, Sedelian. We must deny them their source of venom.
Be careful.
Gotta bring her some venom sex. We're gonna ignore the quest for Stillwind there. Gotta figure out a good time to go to Stone Talon as well, though. So I think we want to take on Darkshore first, but soon after we finish Darkshore, I think we're gonna definitely want to jump on Stone Talon.
Hello. Goddess watch over
For
you.
Rain's cleansing.
Del Nadris.
This is terrible, Sedelian. Tyrannus is dead? The time for mourning will come, but for now we must focus our efforts. I shall send some of the sentinels to recover Tyrannus' body as soon as possible. You have Tyrannus' journal and the gem he was seeking. Do you think you're capable of completing his task? I would rest much better knowing his death was not in vain.
Be careful. Farewell.
So we'll continue Rain's cleansing here. You'll have to do the research yourself, but from what the notes Tyrannus has made, it sounds like your next course of action is to find the other pieces of the rod Dartol created. I would start by heading to the Moonwell east of Iris Lake. When you're ready, Follow the road and turn north when you reach a small sitting area on the left. A dryad there named Sheldrin is better suited to guide you. Seek her out. Keep the gem with you. Sheldrin will need it if she's to help you recreate the rod.
Good luck, friend. Del Nadris.
And we've got an aggressive defense here. Before you travel to the Moonwell, I have another task that will aid the people of Ashenvale, if you would like to test your skills. Along the road heading east before the Falfarin River, Furlbogs have been attacking travelers, their tortured minds feeding upon fear and their appetites satiated by the blood of the innocents. Aid the Sentinels in protecting the lands by showing those monsters the same mercy they have shown our kind. I believe their camps are south of the road. Be careful.
Goddess watch over you.
Yep, I do know where those are located as well. So we're going to be carrying this gem with us for a little bit, which is a little bit inconvenient, I should say. Looks like we're carrying Tyrannus's journal with us as well. Again, a little inconvenient, but I think the extra bag space we accumulated in recent episodes should suffice for the time being. Let's go and vendor what we have real quick. And I want to see where we're at as far as our money. Looks like we're at just about 80 silver, so we can almost purchase the sword, but not the shield. So we're going to wait a little bit longer. We'll continue to take on some quests and whatnot in the next episode. And yeah, looking at our quest log, we're going to be taking on Bathrin's Hair. And then we'll go into Dark Shore from there. I think some of these relics we're gonna have to go all the way to the northern side too for some of this stuff, but I do know, yeah, we've got the Absent-Minded Prospector still. That's actually south of Aberdeen. And the Tower of Althalax, I feel like this one is being done in the southern part. I'm going to have to figure this out. Either way, we're going to take on some Dark Shore quests in the next episode. We might fly to Aberdeen first. It might make more sense to start there, start in the very north, go back south, turn in our quests and whatnot, and then keep going south. So, in any case, though, I really appreciate you all for watching today. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.